I'm in a groove state of mind. I'm moving all the time. No excuses and no blame. I'm stepping up my game. I'm a groove student, yes I am. With groove I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Groove Nation inspires me. The buzz loose and break free. I'm dancing to my dreams. Bursting at the seams. I'm feeling groove-alicious. Who knows who I am? 'Cause now is my time to have a groove state of mind. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm grooving.
Hello Groove, David Lemon here for Groove Q&A Live number 23. I'm excited that you guys are here watching. I actually thought about removing this intro video and just kind of going into it because without these 2-3 minutes. Let me see, it's actually 2 minutes live intro, but I think I won't because previously, whenever I started talking, but people didn't hear me because they just didn't join yet. They didn't get the notifications on their phones. They didn't see that it's already live. So I'm pretty confident that I'm going to leave it. 2 minutes is not that long time. So even in the replay, it's bearable. And we also transcribe the videos, so it can be skipped over easily. So anyway, welcome to today's Q&A live. My name is David Lemon. For those who may not know me, I was the community manager, so I was responsible for everything in the Facebook group. Now I was upgraded. I was put on a position of making sure that tasks in the company are being done and that tasks are being communicated well within the different departments, like between the visitors the users and the founders and the devs, and all of this communication goes around well. That's my job, and because of this I have a little bit of knowledge in a little bit of everything of the company. So I do these Q&A lives and answer your questions. Also, I'm a tech geek, so I like to do stuff with softwares like Groove, and this is why I can answer a lot of tech questions as well. So that's in short. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new here, welcome back. Today, I'm not going to be able to show you much in terms of what we worked on. There's a couple of cool things that we are working on. I saw on our feedback portal. By the way, I manage the feedback portal as well. If you go and report some bugs or feature requests or something like that, that is me who is reading those and taking action. So one of the frequent requests that I saw in the feedback portal is a feature request to be able to edit form and customizations in GrooveMail. So basically, when you get a GrooveMail form created, in order to customize it a little bit without extra CSS, we are actually working on that functionality, and I was working with the dev that is creating a full-on customization panel for the forms. it will allow us to edit the colors, edit the borders, the fonts, the basically everything in terms of the Groove Mail form. We'll also have presets. So one form you can do in many different presets and styles, and then you'll be able to export that particular styled form for different use cases. For example, you want to create one form and just use the same form but with different styling on, let's just say, in your website and on your, I don't know, membership site, for example. So you'll be able to create one form with multiple different styles, which is pretty cool. On top of that, we'll do different columns for the form, so you don't only have like a Groove Mail form field below the field, but you'll also be able to put in, I don't know, 2 columns for example, name and email in one row, and things like that. So that's coming. I believe we'll launch it before we add on the column options, and then also we'll be having multi-step forms. So a lot of people asked about multi-step form. This is also something that we will have. So for example, in the step 1 of the form, you ask for the name and email. The second step, you ask for the address, and the third step, you ask for a message. So you can create a contact form in multiple steps, so that even though the people kind of put in the name and email and then don't finish the rest, you'll be able to do certain things with that. So it's pretty cool. It's kind of a abandoned cart without the cart. It's just abandoned form. So yeah, we'll have that as well. Yeah, that's a cool thing that I haven't talked about before, so that's why I thought I mentioned it. There's a lot of things that are happening in Groove. One of the cool things that we did, there will be an announcement tomorrow, or yeah, most probably tomorrow, is that we added portals functionality for GrooveMember version 2. In GrooveMember version 1, we had portals, and it's the same portal functionality. It's just that when we added the version 2 memberships as well, those weren't showing for portals. Now we do have the portals functionality working with the version 2 memberships as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's live. We're still checking if everything is working as it should, but you can go into GrooveMember and see that that portals will show also your GrooveMember version 2 memberships now. A couple of tweaks in terms of Groove pages. We had a couple of bug fixes. Nothing major came out. We are testing a cool new element, which is I talked about that some time ago. Some of you may have not seen that one, so I'm going to just real quick show you. If you come to ClickUp, oops, I cannot type, clickup.com. ClickUp.com. I think I got it correctly. So ClickUp has a very cool feature, which are these tabs. So project and tasks, chat, goals, views, and things like that. So these tabs are allowing you to put in like a one block, but a lot of content within that one block. So it's kind of a slider, but it's not. So these are these tabs that you can customize. So you basically have a mini menu with extra content. It's like the menus over here, but on the canvas, so you can do more content with it. So ClickUp has a lot of different views like this one. So for example, here as well. So you can see that they show a bunch of stuff within these blocks. So we're going to have this type of a ClickUp style tab menu or tab element inside Groove Pages, and that's being now tested in our pre-production servers. I mentioned I cannot show you much today because we are updating our test servers this week, so I cannot access it to show you, but it is pretty cool. We will have horizontal menu, so you can click the horizontal options, but we'll also have a vertical menu, so you can put them on the side, for example, on the right or the left, and then put menus like a block menus on the page, so you can do something like what ClickUp did. So which is pretty cool. There were a couple of fixes for quick pop-ups, like quick pop-ups when you open them. and you scrolled on the page, in certain cases the background was scrolling, not the actual pop-up content. Like for example, you put on a GrooveSell checkout form in a quick pop-up, but when you were scrolling to see the kind of the pay button, the background was scrolling, not the actual checkout form. So small changes like these were added, and that were deployed. We are still working on the bigger changes for the GroovePages 2.0. It's not fully ready yet, and we are still doing some tweaks. When I will have more information, then I will be showing you and announcing it as I was before. In GrooveMail, we fixed a bug that was causing the recipient emails to not arrive, which means when you are forwarding form responses, you create a GrooveMail form, and then you can create recipients. You basically add on emails to forward the form responses to. For example, you created a GrooveMail form, and now this form you want to send all of the responses to your, I don't know, virtual assistant or somebody else that will be managing the customer support and things like that. You can add a forwarding email as address. We call it a recipient. So the past couple of days there was an issue with these forwarding of the form responses. They weren't being sent. We found the issue, we fixed it, now it's working, and yeah, that was a minor fix. We're working on a couple of bigger tasks in GrooveMail. Last week I showed you the GrooveMail builder. There were a couple of changes, mostly backend stuff in terms of the GrooveMail builder. So that's coming along pretty nicely as well. And I believe within the next 2 weeks we'll have a bunch of big releases in terms of GrooveMail, GroovePages, Groove Video, Groove Blog is working on something cool as well. So yeah, that's kind of a very quick update on what's happening in Groove. All right, I can see a lot of people are joining in and watching, so I'll go into the Facebook comments immediately and start answering those. So let's do that. All right, so as I normally do on these Q&As, I dive into the questions that are asked before we start. Some people cannot make the live stream, so I make sure I answer these questions first because they are asked first. So whenever I have this post, if you have any questions, add them in the comments below so they get answered live. So they are not saying like, I may get them answered live, but these are like a must. So whenever we have a Q&A on Wednesday, you can also pop your questions in here and then make sure you get a faster answer. So let's just check. Will there be a way to have a drop-down menu option for our forms, both in GrooveMail and GroovePages? Yes, because we are going to be merging the two form options. So whenever you will be building forms in the future, those are going to be done in GrooveMail. Currently, our form customizations and things like that are not yet on par with the GroovePages ones. So whenever we are feeling confident that our GrooveMail forms are better than the GroovePages forms, we're just going to do a change, and all of the forms in GroovePages will be basically GrooveMail forms, and there we already have a drop-down menu. So yes, that's the answer. We will manage all of the forms together, and we'll probably call it something like Groove Forms. It's going to be a place where you go in and then you see all of your forms that you use on GroovePages, that you use in Groove Webinar, GrooveMember, in GrooveSell, for example, in GrooveStream later on, and things like that. So all of the forms will be there, so you'll be able to kind of quickly manage them, style them, even set them up, automations and whatnot. So that's going to be kind of called Groove Forms, and Groove Forms will be handling all of the forms within Groove. So it's not going to be app specific, but it's going to be one for all of the apps. All right, how do I collect Groove commissions due? There was an issue probably with Henry's commissions. Henry, if you're watching this Q&A live, I took a screenshot of your report here. I sent it to the team that is handling the affiliate requests, and most probably they already replied to you there. So I'm just going to skip this one. In case you have any issues with affiliate commissions, reach out to jv@groovedigital.com. This is an email. Send them an email, and then they'll be able to communicate with you further. I do not know. That's most probably the only place, that and GroovePay, that I'm not kind of involved in, and I don't ask for updates and things like that. It is accounting is not something that I do, and GroovePay is a completely different service from Groove, so I do not kind of venture in there a lot. But yeah, let's go and answer some of the other questions on here. Tracy has a GrooveKart question. I'm getting the line ship from China for my product. I saw a post that says if you change the variant, then you can change that information. But if I'm selling one product with no variants, I can see how I can do that. Help, please. It's driving me nuts. All right. So Tracy, this must mean that you are using AliExpress. It could be that you are using something else, but this mainly shows on the products that you import from AliExpress. So let's just check. Let's see something that, let's just, for example, check this one. In certain cases, there's a variant which ships from different countries. So you can select an option where it ships from, I don't know, US, it ships from somewhere else. Let's just check one product. We'll find one product and I'm going to import it and show you what to do. So sunglasses woman 2020, and let's just set up I don't ship to, let's just use US. Where can I find the shipping from? There is an option where you can find shipping from, and there you set it up. I rarely use AliExpress. Free shipping, maybe free shipping. Let's just add free shipping. Let's maybe find if they ship from different places. All right, anyway, when it shows that they are shipping from somewhere else, it's going to look like this as picture. So for example, if I would import this add product to GrooveKart, all right, I need to connect it now here. So let me do that quickly. When you import a product that has any kind of option like this one, this is going to be called a variant. So it says here frame color. They have these variants, so the color variants, but they have also frame color. All right. So this is another type of variant. So this is how it shows usually: ship from United States, ship from China. So you need to remove in GrooveKart the variant that shows this part. So let me try and do that right now in front of your eyes so that you understand the process. All right. I'll need to very quickly connect this importer. And if you guys are new and you're trying to work with GrooveKart, you'll now know how to do that. All right, so you go to GrooveKart products, print on demand, and dropshipping. Here, Ali Connect. I'm going to click, so turn it on, click on the cogwheel, and here you're going to see some of the data for this demo store. So we need to copy this URL for a Chrome extension, and then we come here, store URL. We just paste that stuff in, username, and then the token. Right, submit, and it should be now connected. So now when I set add product to GrooveKart, it's showing all of these options, and you see there is another option here which is a value as picture. So if you don't want that, you can turn it off. I just toggle it off, but let's just try to import it with, oops, wrong button. Here we go. So now it is showing it again. So let's import it with. You can toggle this off, and then it's not going to show when you import it. So we're importing it. It's going to show up here inside the products in a moment. Okay, here it is, and here we go. It has been added. Let me just refresh this one. and add to my store. So now it's importing all of the details here. Once it's done, I'm going to go to the products and I'm going to show you how to actually remove that. So it's creating the product. Once this one disappears, it will say, okay, product added, and then we'll be able to go and change it. Adding variant images. Okay, I see great questions from you guys. Some of you are asking questions before I talk about them, but that's fine. All right, so this has been completed. Let's just go to products and okay, my products. Now I will access this fashion cat eye sunglasses, vintage something, luxury brand, not sure what the name is, doesn't matter. So what we need to do here in pricing and variants, here in the variants, you can see there is two variant types. One is the frame color, and this is where it shows as picture. So this is what shows the ship from China in normal cases where you can have multiple different shipping options. So in GrooveKart, in order to remove this variant as picture, you just come here to edit the product, 3 pricing and variants, and here in the variants tab, you just delete this one. All right. Once this is done, you click save. It's going to save. Okay, I need to set up a category. I believe we have best deals. There we go. And I select this one. And I can now save it. So now it has been saved. And when I preview the product, I will not have that ship from China anymore. I will only have the actual variant options in here. So that's basically it. This is how you remove it. If you have any other questions, we have a session with Frank Salinas. He is the GrooveKart expert. He has a bunch of different stores in GrooveKart, and I believe on Thursdays he is doing a training of GrooveKart. So in case you're building your store and you're stuck somewhere, you can jump on the GrooveKart training with Frank, and he'll be able to show you and guide you further. All right, let's move on. Eric had a question in here, so let's just zoom in a bit. Can we add a token system as a payment method? Customers come to a site, buy, say, 500 tokens for $50, then they can use the tokens for products or on any of our sites. Yeah, I seen this one done in some membership platforms and in some other platforms, but this is not really something that we are working on right now. This is kind of a credit system. We'll have something along these lines, like we'll have a wallet system, so you'll be able to kind of top up your wallet and pay with that money from the wallet. This will be a part of GrooveSell. So in your wallet, you'll be receiving affiliate commissions, or if somebody asks for a refund, then you can you can send them the money from your wallet, or refunds can be added to your credit card, but into your wallet as well, because that is a faster process for us and things like that. So we'll have this wallet system in GrooveSell, which is kind of like this one. So once we have a wallet system, we may add this in the future, but at this moment, we are not planning to have this currently. At this point in time, this is not something that we're kind of targeting. Maybe we thought about it, but we just didn't get to it that it's a decision. Maybe it's just an idea somewhere, but it's not a kind of a yes or no decision that we did. So at this moment, I cannot confirm nor deny it. It may come, but at this moment, this is not our focus. Eric had a question. After picking a product from distributor, can GrooveKart automatically add the product to your store? Well, as you saw with AliExpress earlier, like you could do this with AliExpress. There are some other options where you can do this, like for example, in print on demand, like you can import those print-on-demand products. They will add it to the store. But if you kind of go out and you say, okay, I want to work with Walmart, and Walmart is not a direct integration to GrooveKart, you will not be able to kind of import it directly to the store because we are not connected to Walmart at this moment. So with the platforms we integrate with, you can import products to the store. But if you are talking about some external distributor or external platforms, we may not support that. Depends on what you actually mean. So if you come over here to products and then print on demand and dropshipping, these are the platforms we integrate with. So Dropify has a bunch of different markets that they work with. They work with eBay, Amazon, and some other platforms that you can bring products from. So if you use Dropify is a paid platform, by the way. It's a really, really cool paid platform that I highly suggest. So they do automated dropshipping. It's like really hands-off automated dropshipping, I believe, for AliExpress and eBay orders. Everything else is kind of a semi-automated. You still need to do a little bit of work in order to kind of fulfill, but it's much, much simpler to fulfill. And this is for dropshipping directly. If you are talking about selling some other products, then it may not be related to this, what I'm just explaining. But yeah, look into it. If this is something that you are kind of planning to do, then you can automate the adding of the products to the store. Chester has a question. If I sell courses on GrooveKart, will there be an integration with GrooveMember in the future? I know it can be done with GroovePages and GrooveSell, but it would be also nice if we can do it with GrooveKart, especially if we have a large collection of digital products. Yes, so this is something that we are going to add once our activity logs are out. So activity logs are going to be, as I mentioned very, very often in my Q&As, the activity logs that are going to be coming to GrooveMail are going to mark and record each and every action from a customer, from a lead within your business. Like, for example, there is Joanne, let's just say that's the name of the person. This is a visitor, and she now added a product in the cart in GrooveKart. We'll know that there was a product added to a cart, but we do not know who it is from yet. Now Joanne goes and actually purchases the product. That means that it's immediately recorded inside the GrooveMail activity logs. We'll see that there was a purchase. We'll know that this is the name Joanne because she typed in the details when she purchased. And from then on, we'll be able to track everything there, everything onwards, which means that it's going to be kind of connected to every other app that is in the Groove ecosystem. If you want to trigger an automation after that purchase happened, add them to a webinar, add them to GrooveMember, add them to, I don't know, to give her bonuses from a Groove affiliate, for example, you'll be able to trigger these types of actions based on the actions that are recorded in the activity logs. So a lot of these automations will happen once our activity logs are out, because based on stuff that happens with a lead, we'll be able to add different actions and reactions in our system. So yes, we will have that. We'll have a couple of different types of integration with GrooveMember, and one will be to add members to a store after a purchase using automation. Another integration will be to actually sell the membership. Like you will have, as you have now, physical and digital products. Let me just show you here. When you go to products, you can now select either a physical or a digital product. You also have another product type later on. I cannot confirm when. That's planned for this year. But here, product type, standard product or digital product, will have another product which is going to be a membership product or just membership access. Not sure how we are going to word it, but this is going to be another product type where you actually sell your memberships through GrooveKart, which is then going to be directly connected like what we have in GrooveSell right now. So yes, this is planned. Shayester Tatum, sorry if I pronounce it incorrectly. How do I add a paragraph in between the logo and the nav menu page names on the navigation bar? I do not suggest you do that. I will show you how to do it, but this is our navigation menu. Navigation bars are really not meant to be changed in terms of adding in elements on there. It's the best if you just leave it alone. And let me show you why. And I don't want to be kind of, you have to do this or don't do this, but I highly suggest not to touch it. As it is good enough. So let me show you how to do it. You go into blocks, and if you want to add a navigation bar, most probably you already have one, but let's just say I want to use this navigation bar. And in here, I have a logo, which I just disappeared because, let me just add it fixed height. Why is it gone? Okay, it's showing now. Okay, I had some weird setting on it. Anyway, now I have a logo here, and what you are asking to add a paragraph element over here. This section is, when you see something like this, is a draggable element. This means that this is coded in, so our navigation bars were not created by our designer. Why is this happening? It's a very funky thing with the image. If I click on it, then it actually grows bigger. I'm going to check this with the devs, but I don't like it. Anyway, so what you want to do is add an element next to it. We don't do that one because our navigation elements were coded so that they look good on smaller devices as well, like on mobile phones. As you can see, it was coded so that when it's on smaller devices, we show a breadcrumbs menu, or this basically hamburger menu, not breadcrumbs, hamburger menu, so that we see the menu this way. But when it's a big device, when it's a big screen, then we don't see that hamburger menu. It actually disappeared. Like, we have it selected, but we don't see it on screen. But we see this instead. All right. So when we have this is the actual menu on the small screen. This is on the big screen. So we had to code it. We cannot do this with the designers because it needs to be coded this way. And because it is coded, this is why we cannot add paragraph elements and expect it to behave nicely when it's added as an extra element. So you can see that it does not look good if we do this. If we tinker with it, it's not going to look good because it is not something that was designed. It's something that was coded so that it cannot be kind of tinkered with. So you can really click on each and every one of these aspects and changes, but adding in elements in a nav bar is not something I suggest. I would suggest maybe adding alert bar below or above. This is what usually is being done on websites, and here you can add as much text as you want. Paragraph text above or below the navigation bar. This is what I suggest. I would not suggest tinkering with the navigation menu. Even if it would be possible and it would look good, I would still suggest against it. Just to use an alert bar, maybe above. This is how usually the people do it in the digital marketing world, in the website design world, to do a small section. Like, let's see, maybe we have some padding. All right, so you can change the sizing, you can change the height of it. So you make it small, and then you basically position the text where you want it to be. And this way you can get some alert bars above the navigation. So that's what I would suggest. I would not suggest you to go and add in any kind of extra text inside your navigation. But I'll check that weird issue with the logo resizing. That should not be that way. All right, let's move on. Top web creation, still waiting partially for global blogs. Everybody is. Do we have to wait for GroovePages 2.0 for that to be released? Yes, seems to be taking very long time. Yes, it is. Things that we are creating is a huge task. Like the whole UI revamp with huge changes in terms of functionality and additional features and improvements to some existing features, and these will take time, and you'll be happy when it takes time, because if it would be too fast, then it would not be good. So everybody is waiting patiently for global blocks, and you'll be happy with the waiting time, as with everything. Like GrooveMail, everybody was asking when is GrooveMail going to be released. Now that it's released, everybody is happy, and you're going to be with this one as well. Why is the rollout of subscriptions so difficult? Every couple of days, some new landing page comes out, contradicting others still live. Currently, the free plan is shown as very restricted and elsewhere as no restrictions. The plans from GrooveCM and within a free account have been different as well. We can start promoting until it gets finalized. That's completely false. Why you would not start promoting the software? Like, you're not promoting the pricing, you're promoting the software itself. Like, why you cannot talk about GroovePages while you're waiting for pricing? That's just false. If you want, you can start promoting. If you want to kind of point out this is the pricing, then I suggest against this. Okay, if you want to create marketing materials that have a call to action, buy it now because we have this and this price, that's just not something that you should do. When you're promoting anything, you're not promoting the price, you're not promoting basically you're promoting the features and the benefits, and that you can do right now. The reason why we are changing the pricing and the plans and everything, I explained in last week's Q&A. We are finding the ways to make the offer more higher converting. We're playing with the different things. We're testing. This is called A/B testing. We found something that will work better than what we had previously, and we're changing and finding the best solutions so that we can have more revenue coming in. You guys could have more affiliate commissions rolling in for you guys. So it's not done just because we are going to change it, la la la. It's not like that. We really want to have the best converting offers for you guys, for ourselves. We want our customers to be happy. And there was one change on the free accounts where the plan was to restrict it in terms of the previous free forever lifetime accounts. But I think that the marketing team found the comments useful, and some of the things that were told why we would be able to kind of have better results with running further along with that free forever option. We actually had a calls about that. There were pros and cons to it, and at this moment I think we decided that we're going to keep that one. But there will be a twist, and about that twist we are going to have an announcement soon. Once all of our pages and once all of our videos are redone, most probably there will be a state of the union, or a state of the Groovian, as we call it, with Mike Filsane, where he'll introduce the new plans, the pricing and everything. So just believe me, it's going to be good. We're not doing it to kind of contradict ourselves. We want to provide the best options for everybody. Our 151,000 members. I didn't even know when we passed 150,000 members, but yeah, there we go. In our Facebook group, the rest of our 700,000 members that we have using Groove. So we want to provide everybody the best options, and that's why we are changing the subscriptions frequently. The one I will say one more time, if you think you cannot promote it because of this, that's just false. Go out there, create videos on how to use GrooveBlog, how you are using, how you have success with the platform that you are using. You're selling the pros and cons, the benefits. You're selling the features. You're selling the feeling and the success you have with the software, not the price. So that's just all I can say. All right, let's move on to the questions from the live stream. Let's see what you guys have to ask. All right, Francine is here. Hey, Francine. For GrooveMember version 2, need a next and back button under each lesson for ease of navigation. We do not have that yet. That's going to come with a progress bar. The next and the back button are going to be for the progress bar so that we can check the different progress of each and every member inside the membership. This is scheduled to come in June and July. So either June or June, by the end of June or early July, we should have that one. So this is going to be coming with the progress bar. The progress bar is going to be used, as I mentioned, for tracking the different progress of the members within the membership or your courses, but you'll be able to do different automations based on that. Tag the member that reached a certain level in the course, or send an email if they reach something like congratulations, good job, or send them an email with a certificate or something like that. So this progress bar is going to have a lot of functions, so it's a huge task. And we didn't just put in a button next and back just because others do it. We really want to have something that is a big function related to these two buttons. Some platforms don't do progress tracking and don't do automations based on the progress, but this is why we are doing the this whole shebang over the progress bar, because this is going to be the brains of GrooveMember. So that's my answer. I can say it's coming. In GrooveMail, can you please explain the function of default list? Notice that customers get added to a list I set up, but also added to default. Default is going to be a list whenever somebody signs up for GrooveMail and they just want to get started. There will be always a default list, like a default category for Groove Video. Like if you didn't specify anything else, the videos get added immediately to this default category. This is something in GrooveMail as well. Like if you didn't specify a list, everybody gets added to this default category. So this default category is not something you can manage. This is something more in a system side of things, where every contact, every interaction that you have with somebody is going to be on that default list. You'll be able to manage the contacts that came in and were added on other lists and things like that. So this list will update, but this is just something there for kind of a fast start. For funnels anyway, for split testing AB here. So AB split testing is something that we will be having, and this is scheduled for this year. We will be adding AB split testing. For now, you can use third-party tools to do split testing. There is one that is very good from Google, like directly from Google. So you can use that one. There's many other like AB testing.ai, I believe, is one option. There's a couple of other tools. I believe there's one that costs around $19 on AppSumo. It's a lifetime deal. I'm not sure what this called, so I'm going to check real quick. I won't share my screen, so don't worry about that. I know that there is one that is using just short links. Is pretty cool. There's one that's using just short. I cannot find it right now. I cannot find the name. I'm usually good with remembering the tools names, but this time I just cannot remember. If I remember, I'm going to be posting inside the Facebook comments, but at this moment I do not know the name. There is one that is very inexpensive. It's basically an A/B testing platform that just uses a link. So that's a great one as well. There are some other ones that you can use, but Google has a free one that you can use in the meantime. But we will have one built in that is the target is to be added is this year. Hi, David. This has been a long time away from Groove. Looking forward to follow what you do. Thank you very much. I do not see your name, but it's good that you are back, whoever you are. Can V2 memberships be added to portal? Yes. I have created many GrooveMail forms for test. How do I delete unused ones? So deleting of GrooveMail forms, I believe this is so inside GrooveMail forms, this is where you guys create forms. and then here you archive. So we do not delete them, we archive them. Right, we'll have an archive management for each and every platform. Is going to be most probably under some settings or something. We'll have an archive management. You'll be able to archive contacts, archives, lists, and things like that. So we do not delete them immediately. We will put them in archive depending on what we decide. I'm not sure, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. We are going to keep these things in archive, or maybe even keep them completely, and then you'll be going into archive and bringing things back. I know that this was a talk for GroovePages. Like, for example, now when you go to GroovePages, let's just say that you want to delete it, or maybe you gave somebody access to your account as a team member or something. They just deleted one of your sites that you didn't want. We will have an archive option in the sidebar where you can go in and then bring the sites back within the, I don't know, 30, 60, 90, 365. I do not know what the number of days is, but this is something that we are going to be adding in the whole app. Like archiving a product funnel that you're not using. You run a webinar before and then you want to archive that webinar. You probably had a video that you just did for one promotion, so you don't want to delete it, but you want to archive it. Just you're not sure that if you want to use it. So that's the archive option. In GrooveMail, we added it. We just didn't add the archive management yet. So that's what you can do right now with it. Let's move back. Let's see if we get a domain and apply it to Groove on the new process. How do we manage all the other DNS settings like MX, etc.? Drew, I'm happy to tell you that you do not have to move out of Groove if you have your domain with Groove. So when you go to your Groove account here and click on your avatar, maybe it's a gray avatar profile picture for you. So click my domains, and here in the custom domains, if you connected the domain directly to Groove, then you'll see this button DNS over here. Oops. Here, DNS, and then basically you add on, delete, manage all of the records like MX records, TXT records, CNAME records, and things like that. So if you want, you can add extra records on here, and basically it's like with any other DNS management platform, you can do that. So there we go. So when you go to domains, you find your domain that you directly connected to Groove, then you see this DNS option. This is when you add a domain using the full domain setup. If you connected your domain using the legacy domain setup, this means that you're not managing the domain DNS records here with us, but somewhere else. Would that be with your domain registrar? Would that be with Cloudflare or other CDN networks? So it depends where your domain is managed, but there you will be having access to the DNS. If you connect the domain directly to Groove, then you will be having your DNS records all within your profile. Basically, one more time, here in the upper right hand side corner, my domains, and then custom domains, manage, and then DNS. All right, let's move on to the next question. Do I understand that Groove Digital does not provide regular email hosting services with storage security and confidentiality? I have a new domain where I want basic service for a company email address. That's correct. We do not have that one right now. My suggestion is if you want storage security confidentiality, go with G Suite, or I do not know what they call themselves today, Google Workspace or something like that. Let's just check. I believe it's Google. Yeah, workspace.google. So G Suite is basically Google Workspace now. They changed the name, and you won't find better than this one. Normally, the pricing is going to be very, very, very similar to this one. So it's around $5-ish, euro-ish mark. So anywhere where you go, this is going to be the price. And if you want functionality, like Google is really the best. There's another one that is Microsoft 365 or email. I don't know. Office 365. They offer you also, I believe, Outlook, which is pricing for small business, for example. They offer you a branded email where you can get that. So it's around $6 mark. As you see, you have email with your custom domain in here. You have 50 gigabyte mailbox and things like that. So the difference between Microsoft 365 and Google that I found is that Microsoft has much harder. They block more emails from coming in. So, for example, if you're emailing with, I don't know, your clients or something, a lot of times Microsoft is blocking or putting the emails in spam, even though they're coming from a normal sender. And that's from my experience. In Google, you are not seeing that kind of issues because they have this folder structure, like they are putting in primary inbox, updates, promotions, and things like that. So they will try to configure and they will put those different emails from different senders into one of those categories. If this is like a hardcore spam, of course it's going to the spam folder, but Microsoft is much more kind of hardcore with these types of blocking of the emails, bounces, and things like that. So this is why I usually suggest Google Workspace. All right, let's move on. These are the two main and the most popular email platforms. There is many more. There is Zoho Mail, Yandex Mail. Zoho is an Indian platform. Yandex Mail is a Russian platform. Both of them are good. Both of them are in very similar pricing, but I mean, Google is Google. So yeah, multi-step forms sounds awesome this year. Most probably yes. Hi, I'm from India, newbie in Groove Affiliate. How and where to start? Please guide. Hello, Ajit. It's good that you are here with us. If you want to start with Groove Affiliate, if you want to promote Groove, my suggestion is just dive in, see, like, look around what is there, and find out what is cool and try to tell everybody else about that. So this is the best and easiest way to promote. If you saw the software, if you believe in the software, if you think that it could be useful for others as well, that's basically it. If you think that it could help others as well, then you just need to go and tell them. You could tell them in a different ways. You could create content about that. You could write blog posts, or you could create YouTube videos, or you could even run just basic ads. But whatever you do, my suggestion is that you find yourself a nice audience that you can communicate with, that are your people, like you're good with them. For example, if you're a doctor, like, for example, if you're a doctor, try to think of different ways how Groove could be useful for doctors. And now, because you're a doctor, you know other doctors, you know how to communicate with them, so you can write articles based on that. So if you're a doctor, here's how Groove can help you. The 10 cool features that you need to use if you're a doctor, and things like that. So basically communicate with that type of tone of voice. If you are doing crocheting, then you can use that type of a how do I say, a spin on it. Like, you basically use the Groove different features that Groove provides, and create content based on how Groove can help somebody achieve something. So that's my suggestion. This is the best way. If you really want to go global and everybody wants Groove, you're going to struggle, because a lot of people do that. They will buy Facebook ads, they will be buying pay-per-click advertising, doing, I don't know, TikTok ads, and dancing with the Groove sign. I don't know, but that just doesn't really work, because it's not something that people need. If you find something that people need, and if you present them what people need, then you got your people, you know how to communicate them, then you got your customers as well. So Groove is a product that can help people like any other product. Like, basically, I don't know, like, for example, this LAN cable. This is an internet cable for connecting it to, I don't know, a router, a laptop and a router. So this cable is also useful for somebody. Now, if I want to sell this, I would need to find who this would be useful for and then sell it to them. This is the same thing with Groove. So if you're starting with affiliate marketing, you have a product, you now need to find somebody to sell it to, but find somebody that has a problem that Groove can solve, and then you basically have, you're the connector between the problem and the person that has the problem, or basically a solution and the person that has the problem. So that's basically my suggestion. Try to think about, okay, who can I target, who can I promote to, who is the person that I know about, or who is the type of person that I know a lot about and that could use Groove, and then just go in there, go in the Facebook groups, try to communicate, have conversations, or if you want, do YouTube videos, if you want, or write articles, do a podcast, do connections, do webinars. A lot of things are working. The easiest way is to just have conversations with people that have a problem that you could solve. All right, question: can I transfer my courses in membership 1 to V2? You can do that manually. Unfortunately, right now we do not have an automatic way, but you can. If you have any type of course, you could just really quickly redo that in version 2. You had mentioned Razorpay integration will be limited, might not have order bumps upsell. Will the integration allow for subscription models? Any update release on that one? At this moment, I do not have an update on the Razorpay integration. We were working on some other stuff in the meantime. I'll need to double check, but I think we may put Razorpay a little bit further down the line, because we need to find a way how to work with a platform that does not offer this tokenization system as what we had. So at this moment, I do not have an update, but I do not know also what our team figured out what we are going to do with this one. How do you make a toggle section Groove pages, a section that appear or disappear when you click the heading, like those often seen in FAQs? Okay, for the FAQs, we have an element that is called the collapse element. Let me show you real quick. So when you are in Groove pages, and this is for Groove pages, GrooveKart currently does not have collapse elements, but we have it on the to-do list to do it. Not sure when, do not ask me please for an ETA, but if you're in Groove pages, in elements, you have a collapse element. If you want to create FAQ type sections, then you have this collapse heading. When clicked, it's going to show more information. I did a training on this one. If you visit our YouTube channel and if you type in FAQ pages using the collapse element in Groove pages. So I did a full-on training on designing different FAQs, showing how usually they look like, and then we did a couple, I believe, 2. Not sure how many we did, but I know that we did a bunch. Maybe even 1, but I explained some other stuff as well. So we designed this one together, adding in different arrows and whatnot, designing it step by step. It may be that it's a long training. You can skip some of the stuff on here. Like for example, if you watch from the 4th minute mark, then I explain how others do it and how it looks like and things like that. So that's what I could suggest. Just type in FAQ. That's the name of the FAQ pages using the collapse element in Groove pages if you want to learn a little bit more about this particular topic. Okie dokie, let's move on. Where are we? Okay. Hi, David. Just wondering if I can make a GrooveMember course, lesson, or module available only after a previous one is completed. I can see something in my... All right. Available only after a previous one is completed. You will be. This is directly tied into the progress bar type of thing. So at this moment, we are not tracking what course, module, or lesson was opened or completed. We do not know that information, but we will once we have the progress bar. Earlier, Francine, I believe, asked me about the progress bar, and I explained what our plans are with that one. So as I explained, this is going to be the brain of GrooveMember. So GrooveMember will be able to track when you kind of went into one lesson. When you click next, you'll be able to kind of go to the next lesson, which means that the previous one was completed. So this way we are going to track who finished what, and then in that case we will be providing the functionalities of kind of a step-by-step follow through. If somebody finished one, then you can give them access to the next one. Actually, in terms of GrooveMember, for June and July, we also have one more thing that we want to do, and let me show you here. I don't know if I mentioned it. Most probably I didn't, but I'm going to show you what we are planning. So we all know that GrooveMember version 2 came out a couple months ago, and we're still developing it. Like there is a lot of things that we are working on it, but many of you guys asked, when are we going to have more designs and templates? I can tell you that this is something that we are working on. We have the designs here, so I can show you real quick. It's going to be looking like this one, and on tablet and on mobile. So when you go into a different module, you're going to see the different options, how it looks like. And this is going to be one of the templates that have a video playlist. So you're going to be able to, like in, I believe Kajabi does this, not quite sure, but I believe they do. You can put in a video, and then you can have this type of playlist where it shows, okay, one module, and then all of the lessons from that module, or maybe one chapter and all of the lessons from that chapter and things like that. So this is one of the templates that we are going to be coding in. Some of the stuff we already have. We just need to do this section with a playlist. And this is how it's going to look on a tablet device, and this is how it's going to look on a mobile device. You'll be able to open the actual playlist separately, and then this is how it's going to look like. It's going to show next, two-step, When you open it, then it's going to show the actual playlist. Yeah, so this is something that we are going to be adding in. If you have purchased any kind of course before online, or if you used the Groove Digital Academy last year, then we had that on Kajabi, and it looks very similar. This playlist player thingy looks very similar to what Kajabi had. All right, we'll have another option. We'll have another template that will be much more simple. It's going to be something like this. Let me just move off. So it's going to be basically a simplified membership type of template, where you can see all of the access, if you have it, if you don't have it. Here you put on your content on the canvas, and then you can have trainings like this: previous, next. And then we see here we have already a progress bar, because this is going to be coming after the progress bar is done. And then that's basically it. So it's going to be a pretty simple template on here. Some of the extra functionality that we are going to be adding into GrooveMember is when you create a membership and you only plan to do one course, not multiple courses. In that case, you do not want a lot of extra stuff, in the terms of, like, you don't want them to click on a course, then to click on a module, then to click in a chapter, and then on a lesson, and then to be able to kind of see the content like this. But you just really want to get them to a course, and then immediately, so that they see the lesson. We're going to be adding in functionality that will allow skipping some of the pages within the current GrooveMember version 2, which is going to be cool. This was also requested on a feedback portal. This is also something that we planned anyway. So yeah, that's all coming. Right, so let's have a look. Where am I? Okay, where do I begin to get a shop going? I have started a GrooveKart. Yes, so GrooveKart is where you would go if you would like to create a store, an online store or a shop. GrooveKart can do a bunch of different things. You can sell digital products, physical products. You can sell drop shipping products, basically products that somebody else is selling, but now you're going to be reselling it for a higher price, hopefully not a lower price. You could also sell print on demand products. That means you're selling a t-shirt, like for example this one. I have a t-shirt, but I wanted to buy a t-shirt with a brand logo, like for example Groove. So I actually purchased a t-shirt from Groove.cm that is using GrooveKart for print on demand. So you can put, I don't know, put logos on stickers, you can put them on t-shirts, you can put them on bottles, you can use them on I don't know, shoes and backpacks and all sorts of different things, and you can sell that. So that's all available in GrooveKart. That's the only platform that can do all of that stuff that I just talked about. All right, regarding GrooveSell, can I sell a service that has a setup fee, $4.99 and also recurring monthly fee? Can I do that with a single perch? Also, can coupon codes on recurring fees expire? First, answering the pricing setup. So if you have $4.99 and also recurring $1.99 monthly fee, you can. So that means it's going to be set up like a recurring payment, but with a trial. All right, so let me just show you. Trial is really not just for when somebody wants to try, but it could be used for kind of a two-step pricing. So if we go into GrooveSell, what you want to achieve is pay now $1.99, but after 30 days pay now $4.99, but after 30 days pay $1.99 per month. So what you do that in that case, I'm just going to go into this product. In this case, what you would do is set up a recurring, which means that this is a subscription. Here we go. This is a subscription, and here at the bottom, we put in the price is $1.99. That's the actual monthly. Where is it? Monthly here. This is the monthly price. This is a subscription price, all right? But if you want to charge an upfront fee of $4.99, you can enable the trial, and it will be $4.99 for 30 days. It means one-time payment of $4.99, then wait 30 days, and then start charging them $1.99 after these 30 days have passed. So that's basically the setup you would do. So short answer, yes, we can do that. Now let me just go back and reread your question again about coupons. Can I do that with single purchase? I do not understand what purchase is. Purchase? Can I do that with single purchase? Not sure how that. Oh, if you're trying to, okay, so you're actually trying to set up a payment of $4.99 and $1.99 immediately. Then you can just take off the waiting period for the trial. So that would then go this way. So you basically delete this period. You can just say 0. So then you charge the $4.99, and then you do immediately the $1.99 again in the same day for the monthly payment. So you can do that as a one purchase. Let me just come back and see the coupon question. Also, can coupon codes on recurring fee expire? Not quite sure I understand, but you can set up coupons on how many payments they should go to. So you set up the coupons yourself. Not sure what do you mean if recurring fees expire. If you can clarify this question a little bit, that would be great. Is there a new price option? I signed up for $2.99 a month and I see it's now $99 per month. Does my subscription change to that? Hi, Richard. There is a change in pricing. Everybody that purchased the monthly plans will be notified, so you'll have an email soon about the changes. We changed the pricing a little bit and our offer a little bit, but there's not a huge difference. We added a little bit more options in terms of what people can get, and that's why we changed the pricing options as well. Once we are ready in terms of marketing, then everybody that got in on the monthly plans will get an email explaining everything. So yeah, just wait for that one. It should be within the next couple of days. Last week I was told that we need 7 to 14 days to kind of get everything set up, and then we're going to be doing some announcements or sending out emails. So you'll hear from us real soon, or not from me, but from the team that is handling this change. Repeat question: in case it got lost when I logged in again, do I understand the Groove Digital doesn't provide regular email hosting? Yes, I explained that. Not sure if you saw that. I actually gave a full explanation and benefits of different platforms. Hi, David. I created a Groove blog and connected a domain name by following Groove training. I did some tinkering. I messed something up. Is there a way to clear out the settings so that I can redo them? Rick, I'm not quite sure how or what you messed up, but I can show you what I would do if I would mess up anything in terms of GrooveBlog domain setup. So Groove domains are managed over here. So if you connected your domain in here, then you should be good to go. When you want to connect your, let me show you. What's the something? All right. So you have your domain.com. Okay, and this is, let's just say, your website, but you want to have under your website, you want to have your blog, which this is not the best one. So you want to have your blog, which is domain.com/blog. All right. So you can do this. You can do this type of setup where this one is your website on Groove Pages. Okay. And then here, this is going to be your blog, GrooveBlog. So in order to achieve this type of layout or structure, what you need to do is connect your domain and select the primary app to be Groove Pages. All right. So whenever you connect a domain, it's going to ask you what app do you prefer to be your primary app. In this case, you select Groove Pages if you want to set up this type of structure, so that domain.com is going to open your website, and then domain.com/blog is going to open your blog. All right. This is one scenario. A second scenario is where you have your website here, but then you just want to have something like, actually, let's just put this, something like this, which is going to be blog on GrooveBlog. And then here you will have blog.domain.com. All right, so this is another scenario where you can have your website pointed to Groove Pages, but you can have a Groove blog. In this case, in this setup, I would say to also connect the Groove Pages as the primary app, but then you can go and create a subdomain. So you just click on the Groove blog over here and you go create a subdomain. Like, for example, in my case, I have blog.grooveassist.com. The Groove Assist is my domain, and now I created a subdomain by clicking on this plus icon and just typing in here something, or blog or cucumber or FB test or something like that. All right. So now this is the two types of way that we can have a GrooveBlog connection to a domain. Now, when we're ready with this one, we just go into GrooveBlog and just inside the settings, domains, we can decide what we want. So do we want to publish on the root domain? Do we want to use a folder? All right, so here you can see that a root domain, and then you can select a root or a subdomain. So then in this case, it would be, oops, you cannot see. So in this case, it would be just blog.grooveassist, or maybe this something.grooveassist.com, or you can also publish to a folder. In this case, it's going to publish to a folder where it says grooveassist.com / something that you add in here / blog. So this is basically the domain setup. Now, if you mess something up with this one, what you really need to do is just restart. Like, you basically go back and then you set up everything again. But if you messed up something in terms of deciding which one is going to be the main primary app, then what you could do is just reset your domain, just delete it from here, just remove it and add it again, and then you'll get the prompt one more time to set up GroovePages as the primary app. All right. If you want, you could also connect domain.com. Let's just say domain.com, maybe just this, to be your blog. If you want to directly connect your blog to be on the root domain, then you can do that one as well. I do suggest instead this setup. It's just a better, cleaner way. It is more future proof in terms of if you would decide to do some other campaigns and you want a website or a funnel, then you still have the domain over here. Here you just have a / blog that you can also change at any time. So this is my preferred setup, and this is what I would suggest. Right. Hopefully this explains everything and you now know what to do. Okay, so let's just move on. Okay. Hi, David. Someone asked me asked on the Facebook group that she is not able to add a course in GrooveMember. What can cause that? Adding a course to GrooveMember, which is for one reason, we have checked with the devs, and that is for the reason because they do not have a membership created. So this is something that we're looking into. We're just going to show a pop-up what to do next, but this is when they do not have a membership created yet in GrooveMember version 2. So that's basically it. This is just a use case that we missed. It's not a bug. It's not something that is a huge problem. They just need to create a membership. That's it. Thanks for addressing my email hosting question. No problem at all. Any update on checkout integration? For the moment, I do not have any update on that one. We're still waiting in terms of adding that in. I believe we are going to be making Paystack live. So that's the payment gateway that we are finalizing right now. There was a couple of changes, tweaks that we needed to do, so that's coming live real soon. But in terms of another one, I believe we didn't finish the checkout yet. Hello, David Lemon. Hope you are doing well. Any update on the users' accounts and GroovePages is greatly appreciated. Thank you for awesome templates and looking forward for more. I have any updates to user accounts for GroovePay. Okay, so this is probably the team member management. I do not have an update on that one. We're still, I believe it is still pending to be checked. We have done some other fixes in terms of the launch that we had, this digital marketing revolution, the movie launch that we did. So I believe it just stopped because of that for a little bit, but we're going to move on with the tests and the checks once that launch is finalized. GroovePay is only available to users in the US, correct? Yes. Is there any update on when it will be available to other countries again? I do not have an update, unfortunately. We are working with a banking system that is pretty new. They are high tech and they have all the bells and whistles. They are also looking to kind of expand, but I do not have the information on when that is going to happen. Is there a way to make surveys easily with this software yet? We do not have a survey solution right now. You'd need to use an external tool for surveys. Here's Francis. I have not used Groove Digital for nearly 2 years. What is the main website that provides a review of all services? What my account gives me access to? Francis, we are not promoting anymore the option that you got once you joined. So you joined on a lifetime account. We do not promote anywhere anymore what that offer gave you. We have changed since then. We changed our offers a couple of times. So you could see the main website, Groove.cm, is giving you the overview of all of our apps. There's a video which goes in more deeper into each and every app, but we do not showcase what the offer was before. That it's logical. It was 2 years ago that we ran that offer. But basically, if you joined on a lifetime account, you could have joined as a free member, or a paid platinum member, or a GroovePages Pro member. I do not know which one you have, and it basically would depend. The offer would depend on what you have access to. It would depend on the different level that you are. How can I make a page and connect to the footer? I want to make an overview or about page, but what I write in the description above the friendly URL wouldn't appear. How can I make a page and connect to the footer? Okay, so you want to put a footer menu, I believe. I want to make an overview or about page, but what I write in the description above the friendly URL wouldn't appear. I do not understand this question. I can show you the first part, which is how can I make a page and connect to the footer? But I do not understand the second part. I want to make an overview or about page that I write in description. I do not understand the second part. Sorry, I can show you the first part. If you could clarify the second part, that would be great. So inside GroovePages, in order to do a footer section, you go into blocks, you find the footers, and then you select one that you prefer. Let's just say this one. Like if you have a lot of links, you could just use this footer, for example. All right, you see here we have many links, and then you just go in and edit the link. So you configure this link, what it says, and then you link it to something. You link it to a page, for example, to a home page or about page or whatever page that you have. Open a new tab or not, and then you click update. So this is how you do the footer links. I didn't understand that part with the friendly URL. So if you could give me an explanation, that would be great. Does this pricing option affect commissions? No, commissions stay the same as it was before. The highest tiers always get the highest plans, the highest paying customers always get the 2-tier affiliate system. The ones that have joined since we switched to monthly or free users, they do not have the 2-tier affiliate commissions, but that's the only change. There's different plans may offer different commissions that for the current offer, but everything that was previously, that stays as it was. I have a GrooveKart store, can make a GroovePages website that is connected to my GrooveKart without redoing all my designs, layouts, and structure, because the primary app for the domain is GroovePages. So if you want to put GrooveKart on your root domain, then you would need to remove the domain and add it back in order to have that option to to change the primary app. um, if you want my advice, I would suggest that you don't do that, but you do store.domain.com or shop.domain.com. Even though it seems like it's a completely different domain, it is more branded, it is more clear to users that it's your store. It's going to be a GrooveKart store. If you do, it's going to look like store.domain.com. It's going to be clear for the users and they would not confuse it, and it's good for SEO as well. They will know that it's the store part, it's not your website. So I do not change, I would not change it. You can do whatever you prefer, but my suggestion is just to leave it as it is. It's better. The product feed to Facebook shop is missing Google product category. What am I doing wrong, or what is the way to make sure that my feed is generated properly? This would need to be looked into. I do not know what the issue could be. I could answer a lot of different questions, but something that is specific to an account, specific to a problem like this one, this would need to be looked into. So please reach out to our support team. They could look into it, and then they would be updating you on what to do. Will GrooveKart have a folder set up like GroovePages and GrooveBlog? And is there a way we can have GrooveKart have a standalone pages so the whole store doesn't load for speed rather than just a particular page only load? So speed and loading speed improvements, this is something that we're working on. And this is, I believe, the goal for this year to actually reach A-level speeds with GrooveKart. But standalone, is there a way we can have GrooveKart have a standalone page so the whole store won't load? Okay, this one is something that that we will be working on. I don't know if this is already in works or not yet, but folder setup will be coming. There needs to be a database change in order to do that. That's why we didn't do it yet, but this is planned. We have talks and calls already about that one with the different departments. So this is something that we are considering. Yes, actually, on one of our calls, we decided that each and every app should be able to go in a folder structure. Like if I want to have domain.com/webinars, then we should be able to do that. Or if you have domain.com/membership, then that should be possible as well. So in the future, each and every app will have some sort of a folder structure. We just need to do some database changes to allow for that. What's the benefit of making GroovePages the primary app for an e-commerce domain name? What's the benefit of having GroovePages website in addition to GrooveKart? If you are only going for an e-commerce type of business, then just make GrooveKart the primary domain. That's of course clear. If you are kind of a business that will touch that will have multiple different types of assets, like a website and a membership and a blog and everything, my suggestion is to go with GroovePages being the primary domain, because it's more brandable and expandable. You could have your websites and your funnels and your articles and reviews and all sorts of different pages that are much quicker and easier to do and create than with the GrooveKart. So that's why I suggest, if you have you're definitely an e-commerce business and your main business is a store, then definitely GrooveKart is the one that you should choose as a primary domain. If you have plans to expand the future, for now it's only GrooveKart, and stay with GrooveKart. In promoting Groove, what other offer is accompanying Groove? Like example, Mike's training, is it still offered? I would like to be sure what's hot and what's not. Thanks. Keep well. Jacob, great question. We are giving access to the Funnels Masterclass. Yes, we have a new offer being worked on right now, where some of the bonuses and the one-time offers are something that we didn't offer yet. So I will leave that to be said by Mike and the team when we reveal this new offer. But apart from that, definitely suggest you to add your own bonuses. Previously with affiliate marketing, because it was not so mainstream, people weren't giving bonuses and it was working. Now people really go bonus shopping, so people don't buy the software directly but buy the bonuses from the people promoting the software. um, in the digital marketing world, with softwares like funnel building software, website building software, email marketing software, people that use these type of softwares, people that are creating these types of software are really big into digital marketing, and they really know what they're doing. And if you want to promote that type of stuff, that type of product, you need to go above that. So you need to create more bonuses, stronger bonuses. You need to give the house away so that you can get one room and things like that. So you need to be much better. Your bonus needs to be more valuable than what the actual product that is being sold is. So or it needs to seem more valuable to somebody that is going to buy it. So even though that we are giving away bonuses with the current offer, I would not promote Groove without any kind of bonus that I'm offering, because it's really hard to go and match some other affiliates offer that are giving away everything. They are giving away softwares and courses and all sorts of stuff. So Jaco, definitely, if you are going to go and start promoting, we are giving bonuses, not as much as we were giving during our launches. We will be giving trainings, but you should also focus on creating strong, powerful, converting bonuses that are directly directly targeted at your audience. Would we be able to integrate Pioneer? I'm outside the US, so GroovePay and Stripe doesn't accept me. To checkout doesn't accept new dropshippers. Pioneer would be awesome. Uh, Pioneer, from what I know, is not a credit card payment gateway. I may be wrong. Maybe they have expanded this since last time I was looking at it. They do payments, but I don't think they are a payment gateway. They are most probably like a wallet, if I am correct at that one. So you can pay and receive payments. So this is acting more like a bank. I do not think that they are a payment gateway. They may have that one. Okay, this is a Croatian language. So let me just switch to English if they are offering it. There we go. So it seems that they have it. Payoneer was not one of the platforms that I see inside our feedback portal. Oh, by the way, on the feedback portal, if you are going over here, feedback, roadmap and feedback. I'm working closely with the team that is developing this feature request feedback portal. They have added finally the search categorization, the sorting and filtering. So now you can find the different options. There is one more thing that I asked them to work on. The newest option is from 5 months ago. We receive 20, 50 new reports and cards or reports over here. Not sure why it stopped 5 months ago. So inside the back end of this platform, I see all of the newer ones, and I can action it and then remove it, or immediately do some feedback to the devs if something is needed. But there is still one bug inside here that is not showing all the newest options. So yeah, now we have a search option. So if we look here to the feature requests for all of the app, if we type in Pioneer, there is nothing like that. Even in the other platform, other feedback portal where we were, people didn't request Pioneer. Maybe just one request with a one vote or so, but Pioneer was not requested. So if you would like to have it, add it on the feature request portal, but we didn't even think about it, looking into it, because it was not requested. I'm just looking for where I stopped. Okay, here. Okay, in GrooveSell after a purchase, this is a very long question, so it does not show up all the way through for me. So I'm going to try to see what I can get from the question itself. In GrooveSell after purchase, in the funnels tab, can you enable advanced tracking and send tracking data about the purchase that just occurred? With Google Analytics 4, they strongly recommend that you include your transaction ID. However, there is no way to get this and incorporate into your JavaScript code. Would it be possible for the devs to either enable direct Google Analytics 4 integration, or as a temporary measure give us a token to put in our script that Groove will replace with the... So I kind of understand the question, but that you include your transaction ID. So you would like to have a transaction ID sent to Google Analytics, if I understand correctly from this one. I'll need to talk with our devs. We may be able to do Google Analytics integration in the future, not right now. This is not at all a top priority right now for us, but I think this would not be super hard to do. It just may not be the top priority right now. So, but we'll check. Did Mike use Groove system for digital marketing revolution launch? Yes. I particularly like the questionnaire survey that they asked multiple choice questions, and after finishing the questions, sent the user a video based on answers to the question. Is that system procedure available now? This, we used Bucket.io. Bucket.io is a system from the guy called Ryan Levesque. Bucket.io is basically a survey platform based on the book called Ask, and I actually have his book here. Give me just a moment. Not sure if you can see me or not. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, the platform that is being used is this Bucket.io. I opened it here. As I mentioned, it's from a guy called Ryan Levesque. He wrote this book, Ask, the Ask method, and also has a very, very cool book called Choose. If you don't know what type of market you want to go to, and you don't know what how to start, he recommends finding it out using surveys. So you ask people what they want and then give it to them. That's his kind of logic of how he became successful and whatnot. It's a very, very good book. Both of these, highly suggest you to look into Ryan Levesque, because this type of survey and ask the people what they want and then give it to them, this type of mentality is really useful for anything you do in marketing. So this Bucket.io is what we are working with for this digital marketing revolution launch, but similar functionalities will be available in Groove Survey. So yeah, maybe not all of them that this quiz platform has, but we will work towards having the best possible survey platform as what we do with other apps as well. It's pretty cool. It's the functionalities that it provides is great. I, however, think that chatbots are better in terms of surveys, because chatbots, when you are on a website, everything is kind of pre-designed, everything is nice and beautiful, and you're kind of used to that. But when you're typing a message to somebody, like for example on WhatsApp, and somebody asks you a question, it feels strange to not answer it. But when somebody with a software like this asks you to select a question or type in your question, you know that it's just a website, so you can leave. But when you're talking on a messenger, or you're talking on WhatsApp or Telegram, or somebody in direct messaging, it's more direct, more much more powerful, because you have this feeling that you're talking to a real person, even though you know that it's a bot. So all of that you can do with surveys, you can do with chatbots already, and that's something that I'm exploring more and more, because you can do different automations and show different gifs based on the results that they give, like, oh, which one do you like, the red or the blue? And then they click blue. Oh, I like it better as well, I think that it looks great, but what do you think about da? So you can create these conversational surveys and conversational funnels, the same way that this bucket tile works. And that's what I think works better, because it's higher conversion, that you don't have to, people are kind of not as high converting on these pages with forms and things like that anymore. Chatbots, I believe, are the future. So anyway, that's just my opinion. I I wanted to go into it. I read both books. Both are great. Highly suggest Ask. He is also doing a training almost every year or every 2 years, teaching the same method again and again. I checked his training once. I actually purchased it, and it's really, really good. Hello, David. How are you? Thank you very much. What is the update on GrooveMail? Dexter, their update on GrooveMail is, I believe, we're somewhere in July 2020, the latest date, if I remember correctly. Yeah, somewhere in July. Um, yeah, so we're approaching the end of the year soon. We had a couple of different launches during 2020 and during 2021, and some of those days we had thousands of people joining. So the as we were rolling it out, 300, sometimes 400 people a day. I mean, I'm talking about the GrooveMail SMTP. In certain days it just takes a little bit longer to actually process all of those people, because we stay on one day for longer periods of time, because of those launches. We got many members buying Groove on specific days. Hi David, could you use a highlighter over your mouse when you explain things? I have hard time following hearing the info with seeing where you have the mouse, but maybe that is not possible in live streaming. I'll check, but I found the mouse very confusing for myself. I tried it once. There was a Chrome extension I used at one time when I was working with my laptop. My laptop was connected to a big screen, and my laptop uh, has a 4K screen, but the bigger monitor was a 1080p. So whenever I did something on my laptop, it was kind of blown out of proportions, and my mouse cursor was super tiny. So I got feedback to install a Chrome extension that will kind of highlight my mouse, and it was super distracting. I was like, when I hovered with my mouse, it was kind of covering parts of the text, and I couldn't work with it, so I disabled it. But I will need to find something that works better. All right. How can I make a GroovePages website connected to my GrooveKart that I already made? Is there a way I can connect my GroovePages and clone or look the same as my GrooveKart without redoing all the structures and layout and design I made in GrooveKart? You would need to recreate it. GrooveKart and GroovePages may look similar in terms of the UI, but these are two completely different platforms. This is kind of two completely different platforms. Like, one platform is going to be called apples and the other one is called pears. It's completely different in terms of code base. It's completely different in terms of elements and in terms of everything, how it works as well. So unfortunately, there's no other way to kind of get the same layout, look and feel, other than recreating it. Where can I find the Funnels Masterclass? If you go to funnelsmasterclass.groovemember.net, Funnels Masterclass. Masterclass.groovemember.net. Funnels Masterclass, the GrooveMember. I believe I typed it incorrectly. Yeah, so this is the login for Funnels Masterclass. If you do not have it, you should have it somewhere in your email if you're a paid member. This is where you can log into the Funnels Masterclass. We actually redid this one in the new GrooveMember, but I don't think we made it live yet. Anyways, if you don't have your account details, just go into funnelsmasterclass.groovemember.net /login and try to forget your password. Your Groove email address should be your email, and then you can forget the password and then get it reset. If you need still some help, reach out to our support and we will be able to send you your login details for this one. You have to be a paid member in order to get it. Free members don't get this one. Another perk of being an upgraded member. Oops, I turned off my lights. Sorry. Moving on. How can I make a full about page with description to connect to the footer menu? Okay. How can I make a full about page with description to connect to footer menu? So you want to create a page that you just link to the footer menu. So you create a page. All right. So you go to page. Okay. I just created a page. You go into the settings of the page. You call it about. Right. And here in the page URL, you just call it about as well, or about us. Right. About us. Now you design this page. You write the content. Oops. And I'm just going to use this. And there we have it. Let me just some sort of a header. Something like this. Let's just say that this is my about page. All right, I can save it. And I know that on my home page, I have a footer menu that I added earlier. So here in the footer menu, I can say, for example, here, I already have an about section in this footer design. So I went to blocks, footers, and I just selected one. Let's just select another one just for this scenario. Okay, there is this one from GrooveSell. All right, so here we have GrooveSell, a logo, and on the side we have some links. We could use this one. So I will write, instead of privacy, I will just say about us. And then here, link to a page. I will select the page called about and click update. Now it updated. We have an about us page. If I publish my website and click on about us page, I will go to that about us page. So that's how simple it is. So I should go and publish and everything, and then this will open the about us page. So you could now copy this block by saving it here. You click on the block, you click the star. You cannot see it, but you click on the star option over here, and this will save it. So you can save the block into I don't know, footers, and then you can add it in your other pages so that you have the same one. But let's just double check in here. It should have this, and if you click about us, then it's opening the about us page here. That's it. Let's move on. When GrooveBlog going to have sitemap generation for SEO? I do not know when we are working on a bunch of SEO related features. This is one of those that we need to think about. We don't want to only have it in GrooveSell. We also want it in GrooveMember. We also want it connected to GroovePages and GrooveKart and all of the other assets inside Groove. So when we have a task for sitemap is going to be taking in consideration all of the assets in Groove. So that's why I cannot give you an estimate. If it would be only GrooveBlog, I could give you like, okay, we can do that pretty quickly, but this is not something that is going to be done. If we are tackling the sitemaps, it's going to be tackled for the whole platform, and that's just not being done right now. We will be working on that one a little bit later. Is there a way to add a Printful template to existing product? I believe if you add a Printful template to existing product, it will override all of the current settings that you may have in that product in terms of descriptions and things like that. I do not know if you could do that right now. Let me just see. But I know that it will override because it's kind of a copy paste that GrooveKart does. So hold on. I believe this was in Printful. Where is it? Product template. I do not have one, but let's just see if I can create it. Okay, so not quite sure. I will probably need to ask Frank about this one. I know the features and where they are available, but I do not know each and every nuance of this one. I don't think we did an option to assign the product template to the product directly. I think it is only available for Printful products. Not quite sure. I will need to double check with Frank. Unfortunately, this is one question that I do not have the information for. But yeah, maybe it would be the best if you join the GrooveKart training with Frank, and he would be able to assist. Is there a way to connect Amazon to both to my GrooveKart store to sell on both? You can sell products from Amazon through Dropify, but I don't think there is a way currently where you would sell on GrooveKart and on Amazon in kind of a connected way, kind of an omni-channel. At this moment, we do not have it. We do have it on the list, and we'll have many different other channels like Facebook Marketplace and Instagram Shopping and all sorts of different other channels that are going to be connected. At this moment, I do not have any other idea how this could be done. Maybe something through Zapier, but I just don't know how it could connect to Amazon. I agree about chatbots. UChat is awesome. I'm also a big lover of UChat. Will there be a masterclass for GrooveMail? There was one for a couple days ago. There was one with Donna Fox and Kevin Strite. Donna Fox was a guest on a somebody else's channel, Kevin's channel, and they were talking about the best practices for GrooveMail. I'll see if I could have that reposted for you guys. It was a real good training, so I would definitely want it shared with our members as well. So yeah, there was one. I believe this was last week or 2 weeks ago, so it's very fresh. Can we make an about page on GrooveKart? I've been trying, but I couldn't figure out. Greatly appreciate your help. Yes, you can create any type of pages in GrooveKart as well. let's see, where do I have GrooveKart? Here. If you go into the builder in GrooveKart, you can go to pages and just create a page. All right, so here, oops, in the pages section, you just create a page. You call it about us and give it a friendly URL, about us. All right, now you have an about us page. You click on it, and then you have here the drop here section. You can go into blocks. Here the global blocks will show. I'll actually ask the devs to change this to show these blocks first, and then you can create blocks or just find blocks that you prefer. We have a bunch of stuff, mostly e-commerce related, but you could create everything that you want in GrooveKart, as we did with GroovePages. Like, for example, now here we have a section. It's a 2-column section. One section will have an image and the other one will have a heading and some text with a button below. So this is not hard to create. So we could go easily into GrooveKart, find something that matches this the best, a 2-column layout with an image, heading, and there we go. So we have now this section. We just switch this over here. When we switch this over here, okay, let me just zoom out a bit. We switch this here, and this here. And we just edit it a little bit. So change the images, change the font, change the styling, and then we could create something that looks like this very easily. It's just the elements and the styling. The rest is the same. Here we have a video, we have a button, and here we have just some text. So all of this could be recreated. It needs to be played with a little bit on how to achieve it, but you click here and then you have all of the advanced settings that you have in GroovePages as well. So that's the way to do it. If you want to add a link in the footer, you click the okay, let's just save it. If you click on the footer to change this, and here in this section you can go into the settings and then create a list element. So here we have best deals, privacy, You can create another one. Let's just pull it to the top, edit it. Let's call it about us. Okay. And then let's link it to a page which is going to be called about us. All right, so now we added a footer link about us. Once we save and we exit from the footer, here we can see in the footer that we have the about us. So on the actual page that is available, it's immediately online. When you're working GrooveKart, it's online immediately. As you can see here, we have an about us. If we click it, it is going to open this page that we just created in GrooveKart. So it's really simple to work with. I love the new builder that we created with GrooveKart. With this theme settings and everything, it's much more flexible than it was before. So there you go. That's how you do it in GrooveKart. This is how you do it. All right. I believe I answered the last question on here. And if there was something that I did not know how to answer, or there was a app that I need to find that is the one for A/B testing, which is great. I'll look into that one. I'll ask Frank about adding templates, Printful templates to existing products, and I believe there was one more that I need to double check. I look through the questions later on. Okay, did Mike use Groove? Yes. I particularly like the question survey. Okay, I answered that one as well. This was Bucket.io with Ryan Levesque. All right, perfect. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. I will most probably not do another Q&A, or not another. I will not do a Q&A next week. I will probably take some time off with my family, but next next week's Wednesday, most probably there won't be a Q&A. I will do an announcement if there are any changes or if there aren't any changes about this one in the Facebook group. But for the moment, I do not plan to do one because of this downtime that I am very excited about. So if not next week, then meet you in 2 weeks. I will have many more updates and announcements in the meantime, so hopefully you'll be happy with that one. Thank you very much for being here. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the week. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know in the Facebook group or in the support, and catch you all next time. Bye for now. Bye bye.